to be done at the end. One thing very clear, you know, every week we come here, all the topics, at the end of the topic, then you see that it still comes back to this same constitution. This is our lopsided constitution. Very lopsided, gives the president too much power. In Article 57, 58, the other ones, appointment of the IG, police council, etc. So that is where...
So there has to be a review of that?
Yes, a review of the constitution. And you know, when the police hierarchy went before the Constitutional Review Commission, they made it very clear that, look, they don't want presidents appointing IG.
They don't want politicization.
Yes, so they don't want it. So Kofi Buachi will tell you, you know, the speech he gave at New Year's school some years ago. Yeah. So there is what? MPP police and NDC police. MPP police, NDC police. That's always been it. I mean, we are talking about the Fourth Republic, and then before then, it's always been there. When you read back police, this in history, you see that these matters have always been there. Have always been there. So it's about time. It's about time we review this constitution so that we take away a lot of the appointing powers of the president. If you look at the Constitution Review Commission, they said no. They prefer that the president continue to appoint IG because of the security implications. Yes, so when you read, Professor Jampo, you disagree, right?
Yeah,
yes.
It didn't make sense.
Well, at the time, you know, 10 years ago, I can imagine, you know, good old Professor Fiadio, you know, they are older, but that was how many, 10 years ago, you know?
Yes.
Now, 10 years on, we've moved on, our nation has become stronger, we're beginning, you see how we are suffering under Akufo-Addo, too many appointing powers, you see the hunger, everything. So now it's becoming clearer to us that no, we will not accept the Constitutional Review Commission recommendation that the president should continue to appoint IG because we've seen that it's inimical. So we have to do a constitutional review because it's bad. You can hear COP Alex Mensah saying that he has been lobbying for the position since when? 2017. Those are his words. So he's been lobbying to be IG since 2017. That's very profound. So you can imagine somebody who has made it his aim that he wants to be IG, so he's lobbying left, right, center. Oh my God. And it's good, Honorable Agaga, yesterday connected him to the IRSU West Wagon Commission, IRSU West Wagon violence. Yes, because he said he was involved at the strategic thinking. So if at the strategic level, they couldn't put in place enough measures to prevent Brian Champo and Co. bringing party tags in national security uniform, then what do you think? Because you are to do the strategic thinking. So how do you do your thinking in such a way that people don't infiltrate? How did the party foot soldiers, double and the rest, how did they get to the election grounds? How? So what kind of thinking was COP Alex Mensah and his cohorts doing? So it tells you that deficit, for now we will say deficit because I don't have evidence to show that they intentionally allowed the party foot soldiers to come in national security uniform, etc. You see, but it tells you that when a man is so ambitious that he wants to be IG, yes, it's on party lines, and he's shown how George Ekufu Dampare was promoted by the NDC. So because he had been promoted during the NDC regime, then that makes him NDC. But you see, there's the part that shows a lot of beef. Because Honorable Agaga, you guys never promoted him at all for about 8 years.
He said 9 years, actually.
9 years, and so he's not forgiving you at all for that. So, look, bottom line, we want to take away this IG appointment from our presidents. We don't want it being abused like currently we see. And you see, when that happens, often the IG becomes an appendage, and by extension, the police service. They become an appendage of the executive. So they say, yes, Abongo boys, go. Then they go.
Right.
And then, you know. So let's do the constitutional review, dear Charlie. We have to, because now we are suffering. Too much.
Wonderful.
Too much.
Thank you. And Professor Ransford Jampo. Before that, let me just reiterate the point about the police notice on this roadblock, because I indicated there was a notice. If you go on their Facebook page, public notice, security and traffic management arrangement for the 2023 Millennium Marathon in Accra. So as part of security arrangements for the 2023 marathon in Accra, the general public, especially residents, commuters, and the motoring public within Osu and cantonment areas are being urged to take note of the following traffic arrangements. That's what has led to the block or the diversion of traffic in front of the Jubilee House, just for the clarity.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because as I said, I was scared.
Great,
That's like,
great. So,
Gabon
Professor
visiting
Jampo,
us in
yes.
You see,
Well,
you see, that's
I'm asking, hey, I said I was scared.
No, Professor Jampo.
you don't have to politicize everything here. And you
Professor
see-
Jampo.
Hey, it's not our own
gentlemen,
security. If you say
gentlemen,
Gabon come here,
gentlemen,
anti us.
gentlemen.